Hey, good morning. So I got a few more stats to kind of show you guys out there that are doing divorce law. As we know, it usually doesn't come down to what's going on with the statutes. It's all the social media and friends and family that mean well, and they're going to kind of take them down the wrong course. We kind of know Gen Z. You're seeing a lot of differences with the dads and mom. Dads are going to the right, moms are going to the left when it comes to politics and religion and that kind of stuff, and it just makes it that much more complicated. So three more stats that you got to kind of be aware of because it's going to come up. It may not directly come up with you, but this is what your client is going to be thinking about in the background and why they're going to be fighting as much as possible over these issues. Let me bring up the screen here and I'll get that up here. 1 second. God, every time they change it, it just gets to be so much more fun on Zoom. Okay, so here we go. So again, these are just things that you got to keep in mind. Is it doesn't show up in the statutes, but it's going on in the back of your client's mind if you're representing the mom or the dad. Just be aware of this. It's pretty tough with the way that these future parents get the babies that get the parenting skills, probably through babysitting. And if you look at the stats online, they're on the phone, they're doom scrolling and day drinking. This is this kind of stuff that you're going to see. It's a problem if you're representing the dad. So the parenting skill development, you go online, you see what kind of jobs are out there for these future dads, or maybe that you got a dad they're concerned about their kids and can they get a job as a babysitter to develop these skills. It's going to be tough if it's a guy. Babysitting, it's pretty much locked in tight. The girls in high school and college are getting the babysitting jobs. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just that's reality of the situation. So babysitting, about 97% are going to the high school girls and college girls. For nannies, that's kind of the more the long term, helping out the day to day care. Maybe they're living with the family, about 93%. But the bottom line, guys are not getting those jobs. Not is all lost. You want to kind of give your client, the dads, the future dads, some good news, and there are ways to get around that. There's always kind of that side door. So yeah, can't get a job as a babysitter to develop those parenting skills, but what you can do is, help out down at the local library. You can be tutoring, you can help out at the retirement homes and kind of develop those skills. You can also be out there coaching youth sports. So yeah, it's locked in tight. If you're a guy, you're not going to be able to get a job as a babysitter to develop those skills, but we want to give a workaround to our client to kind of keep them upbeat and motivated. And this is the best we can do right now. But it is pretty tough. The guys cannot get these babysitting jobs, cannot get the skills to become a good parent. And that's going to show up during the marriage and the co-parenting, and then especially after marriage with the divorce situation. And you go to court to try to find out who's going to get custody of the kids. Second, the graduation rates. Kudos to the women; they're doing great. They are graduating college at a significantly higher rate than the guys. Right now, for the master's degree, 63% are going to the moms. Not so good for the dads. It's just kind of a trend that we got to deal with. Just be aware of this. This is the kind of stuff that if you represented the guys, they're going to know about it, and it's going to concern them. It's going to piss them off, and it is going to bleed into the representation because they're thinking that can't get a babysitting job, not graduating with a master's degree, and it does impact how they are going to approach the co-parenting and also how they are approaching this with the negotiations outside of the office when they're having kind of those day-to-day conversations with the ex. But what comes around goes around. Guys not doing too well with the babysitting gigs. Guys not doing too well with the graduation rates at college. But the women are for sure outpacing the guys when it comes. I'm sorry, the men are for sure outpacing the women when it comes to promotions at work. So the guys, senior managers, 63%, VP, 66%, and the C suite, 71%. And this does come from the Harvard Business Review, fairly recent, April 2025. So for the guys, not so good at the babysitting to develop those skills, not so good with the college graduation. But when it comes to work and employment, getting those promotions, 71% of the C-suite is going to the jobs. So what's really important here, kind of the bottom line is this is the stuff that our clients are seeing before they call our office in that divorce situation. So it colors how they're going to approach this. They're going to feel they're getting screwed if they're a guy on the college graduations, finding that initial job, and if you're representing the mom, she's going to think I've got the deck stacked against me. I'm not going to get into these senior positions with the higher financial situation, and that is really going to impact how they approach the other side. So that's what I got for you today. Just kind of keep that in mind. There's no way around it. It's just the way it is, and we got to be aware of that and have a plan. And we're going to say, yeah, stats are not so good on that, but there's going to be some extenuating circumstances. But just talking through that, talking off the ledge, because we got to keep them involved, motivated, so they can do the best they can at the negotiating table. All right, hope that helps.